Oh my gosh, I am in love with Gerald. Look at Gerald the giraffe. He is so cute. Love. Okay, to multiply polynomials, we're going to use the distributive property. Remember the distributive property, we just take the outside number and multiply it times both. So what's really happening here is we're going to take the A times C plus D, then we're going to take the B times C plus D. So you're going to distribute each of one of them, and you're going to combine like terms at the end. Okay, look at him. He's going, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Let's look at what this looks like. So we're going to, this is what's going on in our head, but we're going to not write it this way. We're going to take the x times x plus 4. So x times x is x squared. Then we're taking a positive x times 4, and that is 4x. So it's just as if you had that little distributive property back in the day. Now you've got to put the variable second, put the coefficient first, okay? Now we're going to take this positive 6 and multiply it times the entire x plus 4. So we've got a positive 6 times x, which is plus 6x. And we've got a positive 6 times 4. Whoops, I meant to write that up there. Up here, sorry. Which is positive 24. The next thing you're going to do is look for like terms to see if you can combine like terms. Oftentimes, the two middle terms will combine. So you're going to have x squared, 4x, and 6 more x is plus 10x plus 24. Gerald looks a little dubious here. Are you sure that's right? I'm not sure. Let's look at another one. Okay, look, he brought some friends to watch us do this. So we're going to take y times y. So this is what's going on, and we're going to get y squared. We're going to take a y, it's a positive y, times the 2. We're going to write it with the coefficient first. We're going to take this negative 7, be careful, that's a negative 7, times y, so we get minus 7y, and then we're going to take that negative 7 times 2, and we get minus 14. Look at those two middle terms. They're both just plain old y's. So we're going to have y squared. 2 minus 7 is negative 5y plus 14. Okay, this is sometimes called FOIL because you take the first times the first, that's an F, first times first. Then you take the outside, which is the outside one and the outside one, that's your O. Then you take the two insides and multiply, there's your I, and you take the last term from each one. So sometimes you'll hear this called FOIL. A lot of people don't like to call them that because then people call everything FOIL, and that's not true. It's only a binomial times a binomial. But some people will say it interchangeably with distributive property. So I just want you to know that. All right, oh, there he is again, not sure. So we're going to do m times m. Now you can write m times m, or you can just write m squared. We're going to do m, it's a positive m and a negative 1, so that's minus 1m. We're going to multiply a negative 5. Be really careful on that sign, okay? A negative 5 times m, so that's a minus 5m. And we're going to multiply a negative 5 times negative 1, so that's a positive 5. These two combine like terms, so we have m squared. Negative 1 minus 5 is minus 6m, and then there is a plus 5. Okay? So I'm going to show you a little different way this time. I'm sorry, I'm drinking my little chai latte. I am a happy girl. We're going to multiply 8k times negative 2k, and that gives us negative 16k squared. We're going to multiply a positive 8k times negative 1, so that gives us minus 8k. We're doing the exact same thing. I'm just going to set it up differently. I'm taking a positive 3 times negative 2k. It just has one k. It's going to be negative 6k, so I'm going to line it up under the other one with a k. Then I'm going to take the positive 3 times negative 1, and I get negative 3. The reason I like this is look at how nicely it's lined up to combine like terms. I've got the negative 16k squared. In the k column, I've got negative 8 minus 6, so negative 14, that's the k column, and then I have a minus 3. This is actually my favorite method, so it's what I'm going to use. You're going to try them both and decide which one you like best. Okay, so let's try that method again. This one's weird though. We've got 2x times x. 2x times x is 2x squared. We've got 2 of the x, which is positive, times a positive 6y. That's positive 12xy. We've got a negative y. Remember, that's a negative 1y times x. Now that's an x and a y together, a negative 1y times x, and we put them in numerical order, so it matches with that other xy. Got to sing the little alphabet song, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So x will come first, okay? Then that negative 1y times 6y, and that's a minus 6, and there's 2 y's, so it's y squared. So we have 2x squared, positive 12 minus 1 is a positive 11, and that's the xy column, minus 6y squared. Okay? All right. Oh, he's getting excited. Look how close. Oh, let me see closer. Let me see. So this one, crazy. We've got a negative 6x cubed times x squared. That's negative 6x to the 5th. Remember, when we're multiplying, we're just adding the exponents. We've got a negative 6x cubed times a positive 3. That's negative 18x cubed. Now this is a negative 1x times x squared. That's going to give me an x cubed, so I'm going to put minus or negative 1x cubed right there. And then I have a negative 1x times a positive 3, which is minus 3x. So we've got negative 6x to the 5th, negative 18 minus 1 is negative 19x to the 3rd, minus 3x. I haven't been asking, but is it always in standard form when you do that? No. Should you put it in standard form? Yes. Checkpoint! Look at him. Good old Gerald. He's going to help you do this. All right? You're going to multiply, combine like terms. Multiply, combine like terms. Oh, don't you just want to tickle his little ear? All right, pause it, move on. Square of a binomial. Okay, now this is different. This is really hard, guys. This really is. Because if you just have a 4 and an x squared, that's a creeper, and you give the creeper to everybody. The difference is I have a binomial. I have a plus sign, so I can't do that. Because I have to give the square to the x, n to the plus, n to the 4, and that's just crazy. So what we have to do when we have a plus sign is we have to write it twice. So we're going to write x plus 4 times x plus 4. We're going to distribute. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is a positive 4x. 4 times x is a positive 4x. 4 times 4, whoops, that's supposed to be on the bottom, is plus 16. So when I add this, I get x squared plus 8x plus 16. X minus 4 quantity squared means write it twice. And then when we FOIL, x times x is x squared. Distribute, sorry. X times negative 4 is minus 4x. That's a negative 4x. That's a positive 16. So we get x squared minus 8x plus 16. Now this has an actual special pattern, and I'm not going to talk about it a lot, okay? This is one where I'm going to leave it up to your teacher, because if your teacher wants to teach it, great. If they don't, that's okay too. Most people don't see the pattern until they get a little further into algebra. But what I want you to remember is if there's a plus sign and it's got a squared, you write it twice. Secret word, write it twice. Double, double, good, good, double, 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 good, 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 double, double. Next slide, here we go. So x plus 7 squared. I'm going to write x plus 7 times x plus 7. I'm going to take x times x, x squared, x times 7, a positive 7x, 7 times x, a positive 7x, 7 times 7, positive 49. Combine like terms, x squared plus 14x plus 49. Okay, look at them. They're taking a bow. Yes, I did it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to write it twice. 7y plus 2 times 7y plus 2. 7y times 7y. Be careful on that one. You've got 7y times 7y. If you brought it on home, you'd have 7 times 7, y times y. So that's 49y squared. Crazy! Then you've got a positive 7y times 2. So that's positive 14y. You've got a 2 times 7y. So that's another positive 14y. Remember, put the coefficient first. And then you've got 2 times 2, which is 4. So your final answer is 49y squared plus 28y plus 4. Again, there is a secret pattern, and your teacher might teach that to you. They might not. Look at, he's wondering. I wonder if my teacher will teach that to me. Wonder, wonder. Wonder, wonder. Boo-ba-doo-ba-boo. Boo! Will they teach it to me? All right, so let's do this one. M minus 2. Write it twice. That's your secret word. If there's a plus or minus, you write it twice. M times m, m squared. M times negative 2, minus 2m. Negative 2 times m, minus 2m. Negative 2 times negative 2, plus 4. M squared minus 4m plus 4. Guys, I don't think there's a checkpoint on this one. Scary. Okay. So we're going to write it twice. 5y minus 4 times 5y minus 4. 5y times 5y, remember 5y times 5y gives us 5 times 5, 25. Y times y is y squared. A positive 5y times a negative 4 is minus 20y. A negative 4 times a positive 5y is minus 20y. And negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Add them up, you get 25y squared minus 40y plus 16. Okay, guys, we only have one more slide, and it's a checkpoint. Checkpoint 2. I must have missed checkpoint 1, guys, so I did it for you again. Oh my gosh, I'm so sweet. All right, write it twice. Distribute it out. This only ended up being 12 minutes. I thought it was going to be really, really long. Look at his little hairy chin. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. All right, Gerald, see ya.